Welcome to a new What I Eat in a Day. The day that this video is going up, it's actually my birthday, so I will definitely have cake, but this video was filmed before my birthday, so you won't see any cake in this video. Anyway, I started this day with oatmeal, but I made it just slightly different than I usually do with the toppings. And sometimes I add pea milk to my oats to make it creamier and higher in calories. But sometimes I just add plain water because I don't really want additives from the milk every single day. I want to try making homemade plant milk though, and if I manage to do it, I will post a recipe. Since I schedule videos a few weeks before they're posted, I might even have made one by now. So you can either take a look on my Instagram or stay tuned for an upcoming video because, I don't know, I would most likely show it there if the recipe is successful. By the way, you should follow me on Instagram if you're not already, because sometimes I post stuff there that I don't post on YouTube. It's back to the video. So as I've mentioned before, I can't swallow pills, so I just empty the capsules of my vitamins in the bowl and mix that into the oatmeal. I tend to switch between vitamin D3 or a blend of D3 and K2, and then I take B12. I don't take this every single day, but definitely a few times a week just to keep my levels in check. I have started to add ground flax seeds to my oatmeal, by the way, but this day I didn't. Back in the day, I always added chia seeds to my oats, but I could never digest them well because they weren't soaked for that long. So flax seeds are a better option for me, but if chia seeds have been soaked for longer, they are definitely easier to digest. Like this chia seed jam that you could see me putting on top of the oatmeal that I made a few days prior. I just lightly cook some berries on the stove and add chia seeds, and for a sweetener, I also like to add a mashed up date into the jam because I mean it's natural and you still have the fiber. It's not like a sugar that you have extracted from something. And as you can see, I still topped it with pea milk, but when I top it with pea milk, I tend to use way less milk than if I were to add it inside of the oatmeal. I also had a banana like usual. After a workout, I had some collagen, and I like to take collagen for extra protein. I noticed that my hair grows faster when I take it, and I want to grow out my curtain bangs. Anyway, I just like to mix this collagen with water or add it to smoothies. For lunch this day and many other days, I had leftovers. So at the bottom, I had some quinoa that I cooked with turmeric. Then I topped it with roasted cauliflower and yellow bell pepper. And the spices I used for them were, I think it was paprika powder and cumin, and of course salt and pepper. I added chickpeas for protein, and I tried to be better at garnishing my foods with extra flavor and nutrition, so I added pomegranate seeds and parsley on top. Then I drizzled on a dressing with lemon, olive oil, and garlic. In the afternoon, I had my healthy chocolate and orange cookies. I will link the recipe below. I just improvised some pasta dish for dinner because I just wanted to make something super simple. But yeah, first I prepared my pasta water, and I pretty much always use whole wheat pasta. I did use chickpea pasta before, but then they stopped selling it at the grocery store, and I just don't feel like ordering it online because there's barely anything in the package anyway, so I would just have to constantly order it, I feel like. But also, whole wheat pasta is more similar to white pasta in terms of texture, but it contains more nutrients and fiber. Then to a pan, I was gonna add half a tablespoon of avocado oil, but that looks more like 3/4 of a tablespoon. Then I added garlic to the pan. And after a while, I added some cherry tomatoes and I let it cook until they were more soft. Then I added in a can of cannellini beans and frozen kale. Frozen kale has not been available in stores for months, and I hate washing fresh kale because there's always bugs that freak me out. I posted on my Instagram stories a while ago a piece of kale, and the leaf had this huge, I don't even know what it was, but it looked like maybe a cocoon. Yeah, and it looked disgusting nonetheless. Frozen kale is just easier and quicker because you can just throw it in there. I sometimes get asked if frozen vegetables are as good as fresh, and I made a post on Instagram about it, so that hopefully answers your question. I can link that post below. Anyway, then I went ahead and added 2 teaspoons of chives. These were also frozen. Frozen herbs are also super convenient because sometimes you just need a small amount for a recipe, and if you're using fresh, it may go bad before you manage to use the rest. But yeah, lastly, I added in the spaghetti. I always cook it to al dente because it has a lower glycemic index than overcooked pasta, since the starch has not broken down as much as in overcooked pasta. I sometimes talk about glycemic index in my videos, and the reason I care about it is because genetically I unfortunately have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, so I try to be mindful and do things to stabilize my blood sugar. This was delicious and so simple, which I love. It could probably have been a bit more creamy or whatever you should call it, but still super good. And yeah, that was everything I ate this day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you got inspired or learned something new. And of course, make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more food videos like this one.